Welcome to Act 2, Scene 1 of Lost Records, Bloom and Rage. This is where the game starts to take off and Kat firmly takes control of the reins of everything on the first tape. And we discover a fairy ring. The nice thing about an act-based structure is that all of your emotional beats get wound up into a singular package at the end of each act. You don't have to try and keep all of your threads running constantly throughout your entire story, just the core ones. So that means that now that we're here in this fairy ring, we can take all of that compiled emotion from Act 1 into this new environment without having to manually tweak every single character's emotional thread line. It's an easy way to do it, and that's why so many people recommend you write in acts. It's just an easy way to approach a story as both a reader and a writer. Now, Kat is pretty friggin' aggressive in this scene, but I feel like that works okay because Kat has shown that she is very aggressive, and this environment is pretty conducive to this kind of aggression. It makes a lot more sense if you've actually been paying attention and have noticed that Kat is sick. She's coughing a lot. Kat's sister has bruises all over her, and she really, really, really hates Corey to an extraordinary extent. If you've noticed these things, then this scene makes perfect sense. If you haven't noticed these things, you will at least accept the idea that a 15-year-old girl is going a little bit off the deep end with this witchcraft stuff because she found a cool fairy circle. I think either way the story reads well. Obviously it's a little bit better if you pick up on the details that show this is coming. I'm not really sure I would have relied on those details to sell this though. I think I would have made those less subtle, but it wasn't a bad choice. It's just one of those things where you have to make a call, and they went subtle. One of the things about this scene I don't like is that if you are quick, you screw up Autumn's character, because Autumn's character only makes sense if you wait through all of Nora's lines and then do your line. If you select yours early, Autumn gets cut off. See that? Let's go back and watch what happens when we let Autumn talk.
Kinda. Yeah. Especially when she yells at me for smoking. It's so annoying.
I've definitely had moments, but a whole curse? That's kind of intense, right?
Is it?
Autumn's role in this game is as the one that doesn't go along with the cursing. She is the outsider to all of this supernatural stuff. But if you skip that line of hers, it might seem like she's not going along with it because she's scared of blood or scared of doing weird rituals or something. If you get the line, you understand, no, Autumn actually thinks curses are real, or at least they are extremely serious business, and therefore not going along with the curses isn't because she's hesitant to do this stuff with her friends. It's because she actually understands or, intuits that maybe this is real serious shit. And I just feel like if you skip that line, you're probably going to miss out on the fact that she's actually scared of the curse, not scared of doing weird shit with her friends. So I feel like that shouldn't have been skippable. I wish that Nora had gone second, or that we wouldn't have had a choice until Autumn had gotten her say. It doesn't ruin the game or anything, but it weakens Autumn's character. And here it is, the curse. This is the crux of the entire game. Kat has decided to write you a song, and obviously it's going to be a curse. Now that is a fantastic idea. I can't think of a better one. Obviously punk music is great if you fill it with curses. It's a vitriol-powered genre. And I think Kat is the right one to write the curse. I think that this is extraordinarily well put together. The idea is fantastic. This is one of the times where I don't even mind the 2022 folk very much. They're trying to remember how the song went in their youth, a curse that faded from the memories. This is the only time I thought that the 2022 stuff might have merit, might work. Just all told, it is a really great way to set this up. These girls are huge into punk music, and obviously a curse fits very well into that. It's not, we're summoning demons with our music. It's We summoned a demon. I think it would make a great song. And I think that that is a really fun way to twist the old hat here. It's also nice that this happens during the day in a sunny glade. The girls treat it pretty lightly. I mean, they do get pretty serious with the, oh, we're going to become blood sisters bit. But it's, all in all, not like a dark, sinister time. These girls are discussing music. They're discussing making a song about cursing people. And Kat is clearly taking it very seriously, but the other girls are kind of just going along for the ride, and I think that works really well. Here, Nora has a line about making a sacrifice. That's a brilliant line for her. Obviously, the game is about the sacrifice pit, even if the devs don't want to accept that, and so her reading into that was a great way to set that up. Passing the knife over to Nora next was a brilliant idea because Nora is obviously the most vulnerable of these girls when it comes to peer pressure. You can pressure Nora into doing just about anything if you're her friend, and so obviously this was a gimme. I think it was a great idea to get that pair going and then, try and pull the rest in. Autumn's refusal to join can almost feel like she's just being squeamish if you didn't get her lines earlier. Our option to refuse to join feels a lot stranger because it's such a huge difference in how the story plays out in terms of how we feel about this. Are we an insider or are we an outsider? It's such a huge difference that it's hard to believe they made it a choice. Like, the story is going to be best told one of those ways, and I don't know which way would be a better way to tell it because I didn't write the story, but either you're part of the curse group or you're not. And those are two completely different levels of investment. So it feels very strange that they would allow the story to fork here. We should either become a member of the group or not, depending on which one would tell the better story. This is my problem with this kind of choose your own path stories in general. One of the story paths is best. One of the story paths tells the best story. Why are you giving us the option of taking shitty story paths? And in this game, that's all over the fucking place because you don't get enough points. You get the bad ending. I just don't like that kind of thing. Tell us the best version of the story that you can. Stop giving us these options that just make it so that we get the good story or the shitty version. Ugh.
Take a look. I wrote it all down.
For the first scene of Act 2, I feel like it did its job extremely well. We end the scene with becoming a blood sisterhood, which is obviously a very strong ending to any given scene. The scene actually happens pretty fast, and a lot of it happens in 2022 with us kind of thinking back about this song. That's not necessarily a bad idea. Having the meat of the curse in 1995 might have made it too heavy. Having the meat of the curse in 2022 gives it a certain lightness in our memories and makes it clear that the girls in 1995 didn't really know what they were fucking with. And then 2022 continues for a really long time, and we'll have to talk about that in the next episode.
I can't make any promises on the good part, though.